the trail. $17-mile day today. That's what's planned. About a 3-day hike to Roan Mountain and 3 pretty big days. Feeling okay. Yeah, that's about it. Easter snake scared me half to death. Just finished having a little snack at this shelter right here. It's the first shelter of the day, about 4 miles from where I stayed last night, and then it's 12.9 to the next shelter, which is where my planned destination is. There's another shelter that's 22 from here, so I'm feeling really bold and just a little bit crazy. I might try and push to that, but I doubt that's gonna happen. That's really just because if I make all these 3-day sections to Damascus 2 days, I actually have a pretty good shot at catching people, so 'tis an idea, but probably won't happen if I'm being honest. Anywho, onwards and upwards. Just took a quick little lunch break at the bee spot. I was trying to dry my tent, which worked very well because that tent dries super fast. It was soaking wet after last night, and now one more really big climb of the day. And then on the other side of that is where the shelter is. However, I'm really thinking of trying doing a really big day. 26.5, I think exactly is what it would be. And pushing on to the next shelter. I don't know. Kind of depends on how I'm feeling when I get there. We have a bit of an ode to the Smokies type thing going on here with all these spruce trees. Such a cool forest. That was such a cool section. And I'm basically at the top of this mountain where I'm going to have my celebratory Rice Krispie treat, because if I end up going to the planned site that was 17 from Erwin, Tennessee, then this is my last climb, essentially. And if I keep going, then there's a few more little climbs, but this is the big climb for the day, no matter what I do. So, time for Rice Krispie treats. Feeling pretty good. I definitely feel like I could push the 25. It's really more of daylight problem. It means I'm gonna probably have to night hike, which I'm kind of excited to do, but it also is a little scary because bears and stuff. Well, I kept on going. So the next shelter that is the plan idea is 9 miles, which is crazy in every possible way. But that's the goal, I guess. So it's 7:30 now. Definitely gonna be night hiking. No air on that one. But you know what? It's time to conquer some fears. And then there's 2 campsites before that 9 miles that if I'm too tired or it's too dark, whatever, I'll just stop there and call it a night. But hopefully, I think I can make it all the way to that next shelter before 10, which would be ideal because that's not too terribly late. And I can still sleep and won't be too horribly disruptive rolling at like 1 in the morning or something insane like that. So, kind of excited, some adrenaline. I did stop at that shelter. I had some snacky-like things. I've not really been eating dinner anyway, so that's partially why I'm more down to do this too, because I don't have to worry about cooking and all that good stuff. So yeah, continuing on into the dark. But I do get to hike during like my favorite time ever, which is lovely golden hour, sunrise or sunset. So that's kind of exciting too. Not gonna lie, I'm definitely a little skeeved out. Got some serious anxiety now that I am pretty far from camp. And there's a road right here, so I could get picked up. But I'm like, if I chicken out now, I'm gonna be so mad at myself. But also, like, the stress that I have about night hiking by myself is high. Because I've often said that I don't ever want to night hike alone. And what am I doing? I'm night hiking alone. And there was just a bear sighting right outside of Erwin. So I'm just so stressed. I was not stressed about bears until I came out here. And now everyone's stressing me out about bears. So I'm playing my music out loud, which I usually would never do. But when I get close to campsites or whatever, if I see a tent, I'll just turn it down or turn it off to hopefully not disturb anyone else. But I'm also hoping that maybe that will keep the animals away from me. And I just need to pull myself together, I think. Well, I did not make it. I really was just freaking out, honestly. I have never hiked at night ever. I've never hiked at night by myself, and I've only camped alone, maybe once. And I was just totally losing it, totally freaking out. I called my mom when I got to the top of this hill because I was losing my mind. So now I'm pitched my tent. I'm by myself, which is okay. And I'm on the top of this ridge, so it's a little windy, but it's not supposed to get too cold anymore, so I'm not too worried about that. I hung my bear bag down yonder. And I'm feeling okay. I'm disappointed in myself because I wanted to make it all the way to that next shelter, and I feel like I wimped out, which I kind of did, but I did make it an extra 4 miles essentially. So I did my biggest day yet, 20 miles. It was that huge climb, so it was a pretty productive day if I'm being honest. But it's also like I feel disappointed in myself that I didn't make it, because physically I feel okay. I thought I was gonna be able to do 26.5. I just mentally couldn't hack it, I guess. So note to self is try night hiking with somebody else before you try doing it on your own. Woke up today feeling pretty good. Physically, at least. I mean, mentally I'm feeling pretty good too, but generally all around pretty good. My next crazy idea of today is I'm gonna see if I can hike 10 miles down the way, basically to the base of Hump Mountain, and there's a big road gap there. I'm gonna see if I can have a shuttle driver come and pick up my pack and then slack pack all the way up and over Erwin Mountain, all the way into Hump Mountain, Tennessee, where there's a hostel called the Station at 19E. We all just call it Station 19. And I'm hoping to stay there. Mileage on this is 30 miles. So it would be 10 with a pack and then 20 with no pack. That's kind of the plan. It's more of just will logistics and stuff like that work out. Kind of hard to say, but we'll see how far I get. Otherwise, I'm just gonna try to push as far as I possibly can. It's about 7:15 and I just have to pack up my tent and then head out. So getting a much earlier start today, which will be better. I'm currently eating my bacon bits, and I had a honey bun and this like natural-ish fruit strip and some freeze-dried strawberries, and then I'm keeping my granola in my side pocket, so a couple miles or an hour or so down the way I can have that. So that's the plan for the day. We'll see what happens. It seems like every time I try to do these big ambitious plans, they don't actually work out, so we'll see how it goes. It's rather windy, but my crazy plan is now in motion. I'm going to leave my pack at this next gap up here, kind of hidden behind a tree, and then the shuttle driver that I got a ride from a few days ago is going to come get it and drive it to the hostel, Station 19E, and then I'm going to hike 30 miles total, 20 miles with no pack, all the way to said hostel. And then I think, depending on how this 30 goes, I might try and slack 30 again tomorrow to the Boots Off hostel, and then from there slack 27 to this road crossing, and then I'll just have 16 into Damascus, and I'll get to Damascus on Thursday, which means I will have caught all of my friends, and I'll still be able to zero without losing them again. So, current crazy plan. I have left my pack down at this gap, hidden behind a tree with a little note on it. A shuttle driver's coming to pick it up. I currently have the jankiest little day pack on the planet. It's my brain of my backpack that I unclipped, and now I've tied it around my waist with my rain jacket. But I want to have some stuff, some food and water filter and all that good stuff. And my water bottle's in one of my jacket pockets. So it's all quite janky in every possible way, but it'll do. And I'm now headed up Roan, feeling very light. And yeah, 20 miles-ish from this current point. We'll see how it goes. Well, I just walked past the point of no return. 14.8 miles is what it is from the parking lot that I just left to where I need to be. And there's no roads in between, so I have to make it all the way. Otherwise, I'm going to be in for a very cold, very miserable, very not safe night camping in the woods with absolutely nothing. So, we have to make it. We have to. There's no other options. Where's the trail? Luckily, I'm pretty much done with the uphill. It's almost entirely downhill with just smaller, shorter ups. So I'm hoping that will make my life easier. Anyway, it's about 4 o'clock. If I walk between 3 and 4 miles an hour, I will get there before 9, and that's really ideal. So let's get some hiking going.
I think I'm high as a kite. Don't call me for the light, I want a bright night. Don't show 'em like I'm sure, 'cause they keep it fight.
Well, I just finished Little Hump. Now all that's left is just Hump Mountain, and that is it for climbing for the day, and then it is all downhill. I have 7.4 miles to go total, about 6:45. I'll probably be done right about 9-ish, I'm thinking. And yeah, I will have walked 31 miles, which is kind of insane, I'm not gonna lie. Definitely have started to feel more of the exhaustion here at mile 23. So, yeah. But we keep on keeping on, you know? Celebratory Rice Krispie treat, almost at the top of Big Hump, or Hump Mountain. I had to get off the summit back there because it was way too windy and way too cold. 5.5 miles to go, so this is like mile 26-ish of today's hike. Feeling, you know, the feet are kind of hurting. I'm just hoping this is going to be one last good burst of adrenaline and I can get down off this mountain. It's pretty much entirely downhill with like teeny tiny little bloop up type vibes, but almost entirely downhill, so I'm really hoping I can do that in like 2 hours, 5.5, maybe an hour and 45 minutes if I'm really speeding. We'll see. But it's getting brisk up on this ball, let me just tell you, and the sunset behind me is beautiful, let me just tell you. So all good things, and boy am I excited to be in a real bed and hopefully get some real food and shower. It's gonna be good stuff. Just left North Carolina. Now I'm officially only in Tennessee and soon to be in Virginia. Making great progress on this hike though. I have to be quiet because I just walked through a campsite. Last night I got to the hostel and absolutely crashed. I was exhausted. I got there early enough that I was able to order some food from the bar that is at that hostel, so that was yummy. And then I totally just went to sleep. Today I am back on the trail, slack packing again. I've slightly upgraded my brain slack pack situation. And the plan is 33, but I'm getting a really late start. It's 10 a.m. This is a very loud road. I'm getting kind of a late start, so we'll see how far I make it. There are a couple other bailout points, so I may only make it 24. We shall see. It really just makes tomorrow long. Honestly, not in too much pain. The bottom of my feet are the only thing that's kind of bothering me, but it's really not that bad, so hopefully that continues through today. Officially walked 400 miles, and that is crazy. But you know, of course, we have 1900 something, I don't even know, 1800 left. Wow, 1800. Remember when it was 2100? Lovely, lovely, lovely. 400 miles and probably, hopefully, my biggest day at 33 miles. So I gotta keep walking. Falls number 1 for the day. I apologize if today's videos are a little shaky. I'm walking very fast to try and make this many miles. So I'm trying not to stop as much as possible, ergo shakier videos. Falls number 2 of the day, and I'm about to hit a shelter that I'm gonna have a little break at, and then keep going. Well, I was reunited with a wetsuit. We got to hike for a while today, and now I just left Moreland Gap Shelter, I think it was. I'm only going 5 miles-ish to this road down here, which makes today 27, not 33. I'm exhausted. It's already 6. I'm never gonna make it 33 miles today. That was a bit ambitious to begin with, so oh well. It's still a marathon, so that's still cool. And very excited to not be walking. Alrighty, celebratory Rice Krispie treat time. And now I have to do 3 miles of downhill in just under an hour. So it is time for some speed walking. And we're running. Figured out pretty early on, it was definitely not 5 miles. I don't know why people think it's 5 miles. It's definitely not. It's definitely 6. So I have now been running most of this trail downhill, which let me just tell you, running downhill is scary because there's roots and there's rocks and you're moving so fast because gravity kicks in. But I have 0.9 and 15 minutes. So running is what's happening. Thank goodness I used to run in school. Back out on the trail. Today is a 29-mile even flat day planned. Not flat in terrain. There's 1 or 2 pretty solid climbs and then lots of just kind of like bouncing like I've been doing. There's another really cool waterfall that I'm going to walk past today, so that's exciting. I need to do these 29 miles in 10 hours. I don't need to. That is the current scheduled pickup time is 10 hours from now. So, of course, there's parts of me that's a little worried I'm not going to make it. There is one bailout point almost exactly halfway. So if I do 15 and I decide I can't do another 15 or it's too late in the day, I'll just have them come pick me up there. Hopefully that won't be the case because I'm really trying to get there. But yeah, I'm feeling okay. Kind of same as yesterday. Really the only thing that hurts is the bottom of my feet, but it's not too bad even today. So hopefully, as long as I keep up a pretty solid pace, all will be well. Alrighty, and we have yet another change in plans. I have walked 10 miles today, and I have come to discover that there's no way I can walk another 20. It's noon, I'm never gonna make it, that's way too far. I'm already kind of hobbling, like these are just really big days I'm trying to pull off here, and I'm not gonna be able to do it and then be able to continue hike. I'm gonna hurt myself. So, Boots Off, the hostel I'm staying at, offers an aqua blazing thing, which part of me and my purest self was like, I need to hike every 2,000 miles. But I'm also like, it's 2,000 miles. I'm going to be able to kayak 8 and then knock out 20 miles, which means I'll still be in the same spot tomorrow and do a 20-mile slack into Damascus. Still meet my friends on Thursday. And I also figure, I did 163 miles last year. So if you factor in those, it still gets to 2,000 miles, still gets over the 2,000 miles. And I feel like this will be a fun way for me to also relax my feet, use a whole different muscle group, and still be able to make progress. I'll be able to hang out with my friends because I'll be back around 5. Just like it all kind of works out. The only thing is sacrificing a little bit of the purest values of needing to hike. But I am paddling north. So I'm still moving northbound, and that is encouraging. And there is rain forecasted for today, but it seems like the forecast is pushed back even more, so it's not supposed to start until 7 or 8, and I should be done between 4 and 5. So yeah, I'm kind of excited. I actually really do love kayaking. I've not kayaked in a while, so I'm excited to do that. And it should be a beautiful, beautiful day. Alrighty, well, I am off. I've been a terrible vlogger and have not been explaining what's happening. So yesterday, I hiked 10 miles, then I did aqua blazing for 10 miles, which equaled out to be 20 miles on trail. So I'm now jumping back in where the aqua blazing technically stopped. And then I got back, hung out with my friends who were there. They took us into town so we could get, some people needed to get a resupply or get dinner, all that good stuff. And then we just kind of hung out by the fire. I went to sleep kind of early. Boy, am I excited to get to Damascus in 0 and really be able to sleep. So yeah, today I have a 20-mile hike. Should be pretty flat. That right there is a trail. It just you ridge line basically all the way to Damascus. So 20 miles, slack packing again. Last slack pack day for a while. I'm feeling pretty good. It definitely was nice to have a break yesterday. My arms were exhausted after all that kayaking though. Yeah, it's kind of cold today, a little chilly. So, gotta keep moving. This field that I'm walking across is pretty cool. And I'm ready to get to Damascus, new state. A little over halfway there. I'm definitely adopting the strategy of just not stopping, just continuously walk. And I can kind of eat, snack while I walk, and I'm just like, I'll eat while I'm in town. So just keep on trucking. I'm trying to get there so I can get a bottom bunk, because I really just hate being on the top of a bunk in a bunkhouse. It's just, no, I get up way too much in the night to be on the top bunk. So I'm hoping I'm gonna get there, maybe get a bottom bunk, and then get some food. There's a diner, the Damascus diner. I'll be there many times, I'm sure, over the next day or two. Well, all of the adrenaline has now worn off. So the last 5 days of pushing my body is hitting me all at once. Super unpleasant. I'm definitely having a little bit of a delirious sleepwalking hike down this hill. Only 3.5 miles to Damascus, so I'm almost there. And I will have caught everybody. I started at the front of what I'm calling the pre-bubble. Between all the zeros and stuff that I took, I dropped all the way to the back of the pre-bubble, and I've now jumped 4 days worth of people and got back to the front. So I have been seeing people that I haven't seen for several weeks again, which is kind of exciting. But honestly, all I want right now is some food and something to drink, and I want to sit down very badly. So I think I'm gonna go plant myself at the diner so I can acquire all of those things ASAP.
I'm off to sleep, waiting once to shake the cold and the beat. I'm hoping it's gonna make you know the letter into your heart, and then you can start to make it better.
Alrighty, well, I'm off, leaving behind the lovely town of Damascus and heading back into the woods with my pack for the first time in a while. It's very heavy.